Hey guys, what's up? It's Ruby. Today I wanted to make another minimalism video, how to live with less in your life. It's been a hot minute since I made one, but you guys have been really requesting more, which makes my heart so happy because I really do enjoy making them, and I just didn't know if you guys were as interested as I was. But today I wanted to make a video all about how to clean out your closet, how to declutter your closet and your clothing and your accessories and more. When I first started my journey of, I don't even want to call it like minimalism, but living with less, substantially living with less, the first thing I knew I had to do was go through my closet and do a ginormous purge. So about 5 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, I went through and I easily got rid of half of what was sitting in my closet, and since then, every few weeks, I've even been getting rid of a couple more pieces. So today I wanted to sit down and share my tips and tricks on how to declutter your closet, steps that I took and what I found most helpful when doing this on my own, and put it in a video for you guys. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I feel like clothing can be something that, as silly as it sounds, can actually be very overwhelming and kind of scary to get rid of, because we hold on to, you know, a lot of our clothing for either like sentimental reasons or just because like we've had it for a long time, and clothing, you know, has a lot of memories attached to it, so it can be really overwhelming. So the first thing that I always recommend doing is literally taking everything, and I mean everything, out of your closet and your drawers. Take it all out. Take it off the hangers, unfold it, and put it just like either on your bed, that's what I did, or like lay it out on your floor. I like my bed though because I can reach it a little easier than having to like bend down, like, you know, kill my back. So the first thing I immediately did that I think is super helpful and that I would really suggest to you guys is automatically start going through your clothing and divide them all into 3 piles. Take each piece, look at it, and after looking at it, put it in either the keep pile, a giveaway pile, or the undecided pile. Now what I really recommend doing is doing this quickly, not taking 5 minutes to decide what you want to do with each item. You know, holding up the item, looking at it, and the first thing that immediately comes to mind or like comes to your heart, put it in that pile. Like there were certain clothing items that I would pick up and I would immediately just go giveaway, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, oh, but maybe, and I'd be like, no, giveaway was the first thing that popped into my head, so it's going into the giveaway pile. And then there were other items that I would look at that I was immediately like, okay, I have to keep that. Like I know that it's a staple piece of my wardrobe, or like it's literally brand new, but I have an event that I'm gonna wear it to, like next week I have to keep that. And then the undecided items were truly the ones that I didn't really know. Like I looked at it and I was like, I think I need to come back to that in a second. So once I went through and decided, you know, which ones I was definitely keeping and which items I was definitely giving away, it was time to go back to the undecided pile. And when looking at the clothing that I was kind of like undecided about, here are some questions that I asked myself that really helped me decide what the final verdict was for those items. The first thing that I would always ask myself is, when was the last time that I wore this piece? If the answer was super recently and I like really enjoyed it, then I knew that I was probably leaning towards keeping it. But if it was like, well, I haven't worn it that much, I would ask myself this next question. Is the reason that I'm holding on to this item because of sentimental reasons? Is there a memory associated with this clothing item, and like that is the reason that I'm holding on to the piece? Not necessarily because I'm wearing it all the time, because I'm loving it, but because of sentimental reasons. If that was the case, then I would put the clothing item into the donation pile. At the end of the day, the way that I look at it, my memories are always going to be with me, and I don't necessarily need items that remind me of those memories, because in the end they're just gonna kind of like take up space in my life. That's not to say that I don't love like having photos and those kind of like things to remember things by, but like clothing items and materialistic things that are just gonna take up space, it's just not practical to hold on to. And you know, while that clothing item might have brought you joy in that moment of that past memory, now it's time for it to like bring somebody else some joy. Another question to definitely ask yourself when going through like the undecided pile is, how old is this item? If it's really old and it's tattered, and yes, it might be one of your favorite comfy t-shirts, but if there are like moth holes in the back, it is time to give it away or throw it away. Another really important question that I would ask myself when looking at an undecided item, let's say I've asked myself all of those questions and I still don't really like have a conclusion as to what I'm gonna do with the item, I would ask myself, can I think of at least 4 outfits to pair this item with? If I had to sit with myself longer than like a minute and a half and think about this, then I knew that it was time to just get rid of the item. While I was going through my closet, I think one of the things that I felt a little guilty about sometimes was, I said that really weird, I would get to certain items in my closet that while I may have had them for a while, were still new and still had the tags on them. Now, it wasn't like very many items, it was probably like 5 or 6. But I felt really guilty because some of them I knew in my heart that I really probably wasn't going to wear, and I bought it on like an impulse purchase, or, you know, whatever reason I wanted to add like another item of clothing in my cart to like get free shipping or something. And so automatically it's kind of like, well, I guess I have to keep this because it like has a tag still on and I feel really guilty if I gave it away. But at the end of the day, if you know that you are not going to wear the item, it's okay. Say goodbye to it, and then just be sure to like never make that mistake again, and just be really, really careful and like conscious of like what you're buying and that everything you buy has a purpose. Another big thing that helped me when decluttering my closet and getting rid of items was to get rid of duplicates. I found that I had a couple items in my closet that really looked similar to one another. You know, I had a couple t-shirts that were like the same color, or I had a couple dresses that were a similar style, just slightly different pattern. So what I really recommend doing is when it comes to duplicates, keep the one that's in the better condition. Already by just doing that step, I feel like you can eliminate quite a few things in your closet, because I feel like we don't realize, like when we're out shopping, you know, we're just like blinded by like the shininess and the newness of everything, and so we just like pick out what we like, not really necessarily realizing that we already might have something similar to it in our closet. Then my final step for the whole process was to take all of my clothes from the keep pile and start putting them back, but being very aware of putting back each item and making sure that as I'm putting everything back, there wasn't anything that I, like the second time I was looking at it, I was like, you know what, maybe I do just want to donate it. And obviously, like, I did all these exact same steps for getting rid of my accessories and going through and getting rid of like my shoes and everything like that. It's the exact same process. It's just, you know, I would feel kind of silly like explaining the same steps over and over again. But there you guys have it. That is pretty much how I went through my closet and decluttered and got rid of clothing. And let me tell you, after I was done doing my big like closet purge and my closet clean out, I felt so much more at ease and so much more organized on so many levels. Since doing this, it has made picking out outfits in the morning so much easier. It truly helped me also cultivate a more definitive style, because everything now in my wardrobe has a purpose. I know what every single item is that is in my wardrobe, and I don't feel overwhelmed. And by the time I was done like looking at everything that I had like kept, there was a really like definitive like story, color palette, and overall just style that was shown in my wardrobe. It's also made me much more aware of what I'm buying when I go out clothing shopping. You know, I make sure that everything I'm buying has a purpose. I can wear it with at least 4 different outfits. You know, it really goes with like my color palette that I'm trying to work with and everything like that. Those are my tips and tricks. I really hope that you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Tell me if you'd like to see more of me on this channel. Please subscribe and help me grow the Ruby Rocks the World family. It would mean the absolute world to me. Follow me on all my social media networks. Links are always in the down bar below. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, night, afternoon, whenever you all are watching this video, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Okay? Bye everybody.